Welcome to Breakups, Broken Hearts, and Moving On with Janice Formicella. I'm Janice Formicella, a breakup coach passionate about supporting others to learn from their breakups, overcome loneliness, love being single, and see the end of a relationship as the beginning of a magical, sexy new chapter in life. I am here each week to share with you the tools that I have learned through my own painful breakups, through hitting rock bottom more than once, and through working with people all around the world to heal their broken hearts. If you are looking for hope and strength to move on from your breakup and resources to enjoy your new life, you are in the right place, and I've got your back. Welcome, everyone. I am so glad that you are here. Today, we're going to talk about saying goodbye to your relationship and goodbye to your breakup once and for all. Are you ready? Before I get started, I wanted to make yet another announcement. Some of you may be aware that I am going to be transitioning to a new podcast named to be announced very soon. And after a lot of feedback from people and a lot of soul searching, I have decided that Breakups, Broken Hearts, and Moving On is going to continue. I'm going to kind of be creating a little bit of a podcast network. I really want to keep allowing people to find me and find more breakup support. And I am so passionate about breakups and really on fire about this work as ever. So I want to continue to add to the library. And I will be continuing breakup coaching as well. I will not be dropping episodes as often as I do. They'll be kind of a mix of sporadic and somewhat regular. And I will be doing weekly episodes on the new show. So please continue to follow if you are here for a breakup or if you are here for moving on support. And please continue to send in your DMs and your emails about breakups or moving on questions. I will make sure to answer them on both shows. I would love to hear from you. I am really trying to get more listener interaction as I go along. And if you are going through a breakup, don't waste any time. Go to the DMs, schedule a free intro call. And with that, let's talk about saying goodbye to your breakup. Bye, breakup. In today's episode, I'm going to cover why goodbyes are so painful for us, why saying goodbye to your breakup and putting it behind you is so damn hard, the power of goodbyes, and a bunch of tips for saying goodbye to your breakup. So get a pen and paper and let's dive in. First of all, why it can be so hard to say goodbye to your breakup. First of all, it means that it's really over. When you say bye to something and you mean it, it is pretty final. This is also the biggest reason that I see people struggling to put their breakup behind them. And this is just a deep-seated sense of denial. And this is for two reasons. First of all, people are truly having a hard time accepting that the breakup is over. That is totally natural. They may be hoping that the relationship can be repaired, or as I hear a lot, that their ex might quote unquote come back. If the breakup is behind them, it means that it's really over. And although deep down, a lot of people know that there's peace and relief on the other side, it's really hard. It's a really hard pill to swallow, and it does take a lot of work. And as counterintuitive as it sounds, sometimes it is more comfortable to stay stuck. And another reason is the grieving phase, as shitty as it is, does become comfortable to people over time. And again, that's counterintuitive. But working to say goodbye to a breakup means really stepping into the unknown. It means trying new things. It doesn't take that much effort to stay stuck. Think about it. It doesn't take much effort to allow yourself to sink into a hole because most of us have been in holes before and it just feels familiar. But on the other hand, getting to the point where you put your ex and the breakup behind you, it means intention. It means a lot of faith, which is something that is really hard to embrace when you have no idea what's going to happen and you feel horrible. My clients who make the most progress, the quickest, are the ones who enter the process without really knowing how it is going to work, but digging deep, grabbing hope by the horns, and just diving in. So, do either of these positions ring true to you? If not, that is totally okay. I challenge you, however, to be really honest with yourself about why saying bye bye to your breakup is so hard for you. And it's totally okay, whatever you come up with. There is no shame in holding fast to something that isn't good for you. But the beginning of the healing journey begins with self reflection and a firm sense of where the issue lies. If you can figure that out, then you can attack it. Another reason it's so hard to say bye bye to your breakup is that it brings up a lot of emotions that we just aren't used to dealing with and that we don't have a lot of practice working through. I mean, were you taught to face sadness growing up? Were you allowed to express anger? What about stress, shock, grief? Saying goodbye, saying goodbye takes us to some dark places. Saying goodbye to a relationship might be the absolute pinnacle of this dynamic. I mean, it's so painful. I know that it is. Staying stuck can sometimes keep us numb and help us avoid these feelings. The grieving process requires us to work through them. It's daunting, it's unpredictable, and it takes courage. When we are numb, courage is a hard thing to access. It really is. But I know that you can access it. Another reason this is so challenging is that it can be hard to adjust to a new life. It means adjusting to something completely foreign to us, completely unpredictable, as I just said. It is hard to do something when we don't know what the outcome will be. After we have been in a relationship and making decisions with another person, it can just be sad to function, to adult. It can be uncomfortable. We can feel like we don't even know how to do it. And this is one reason I am so passionate about helping people to learn to love being single. Even if they desire partnership, I really think that even if a relationship is something you want in your future, you still benefit from loving being single. Because when we become competent and excited about being in control of our lives, we can meet others fully. We can build the life we want and that we deserve without any input from anyone else. How freeing is that? And it is freedom. So why not start today by setting an intention that you are going to grab this breakup by the horns and take steps to beat it. Bye bye breakup. Now let's talk about the power of goodbyes. So, are you not quite sure that you are on the brink of something magical? I totally get it. I know I'm super positive about breakups, and not everyone is there. I mean, I've been there. Although I knew that my ex-husband, for instance, was a truly unkind person, at least he was for me. He was wrong for me. By the time we got divorced, we had grown so far apart. Divorcing him left a hole in my heart. It was so painful. And I don't feel it today. I have very little emotion over the divorce, over him, over what happened. I actually have people ask me all the time if I'm truly over it, if I think about it, etc. And I mean, I'm a breakup coach. And I'm a content creator who focuses on breakups. So, yeah, I think about it, but it does not get to me, I assure you. Another reason that goodbyes are powerful is that it is the chance to start fresh. It really is. A breakup is an ending of one thing and the beginning of another, always. Every ending is a beginning. Do you need something to remind you of this and to keep you strong? One of the best breakup quotes of all time is, "New beginnings are often disguised as painful endings." And the author of this is quite dubious. It's actually unknown who said this. Let me repeat. New beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. Do you have the courage to accept that? Another reason that breakups or another reason that goodbyes are so powerful is that you do something you thought you couldn't do. How would you feel if you simply overcame this? Something you don't think right now, possibly that you can overcome. In your darkest moments that may come after you listen to this, why not think about your future self? Why not think of how great it will be to look back and be proud of how you handled this? Why not think of the possibility that you may help someone someday? Everybody goes through breakups, and you might be able to lend support to someone. That is a gift, trust me. Another reason that goodbyes can be powerful is that you get a relationship spring cleaning. I have gotten into the habit of doing a relation spring clean once in a while, regardless of the time of year. It's something that I kind of have on my mind as I navigate getting to know people, navigate friendships with people. A breakup is an opportunity to clean the cobwebs of your personal life. It really is. The relationship wasn't working. You deserve to clear it out and make space for relationships that are full of life. I often say, you deserve a relationship that is fully functional. Another reason goodbyes are powerful is you get to love yourself enough to move away from something that isn't serving you. Also, remember, it is possible to feel two things at once, two opposite things at once. You can feel grief or a bit of emptiness and optimism or hope at the same time. This is a hard concept for a lot of people to accept, and so they often avoid it. Instead, a lot of people really cling to the so-called negative emotions that we feel. And we often refuse to let in any amount of polarity. Think of it this way. Try to compartmentalize your feelings about your breakup. There's a few ways you might be able to do this. First, remember the power of words. Whenever you talk about the pain of your breakup, counter it with either an opposite thought or a statement of hope. I did this after my last breakup. Oh my God, I'm coming up on a year of it. Wow. It helped so much. So, some examples. For instance, when you talk to your friends about how brokenhearted you are or how much maybe your ex hurt you, follow it up with a statement such as, "But I know it's for the best," or "I know it will be okay." This is not to avoid the grieving process or, toxic positivity. It is about embracing the opportunities that come with a breakup and making space for the hope to grow. Next, as far as compartmentalizing, try posting a positive affirmation somewhere in your home where you will see it when you leave each day. I suggest this rather than posting it somewhere like inside your home, because it can be really hard to pay attention to something that we pass by each day. I have some really lovely affirmations posted in my doorways. And honestly, I walk past them most of the time and forget that they are there. It's easier to notice something as we are walking out the front door. Plus, it will brighten your countenance as you head out into the world. Next, how to say goodbye to your breakup. I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and then when I come back, I'm going to dive into it. Nothing shatters your life like a breakup, and the feeling of a broken heart is real. I know that it seems impossible right now, but there is hope and there are ways to heal. I would love to work with you one-on-one to heal your broken heart and put your breakup behind you. My personalized coaching programs are designed to pinpoint what will be most effective in helping you to move forward and make this breakup a part of your past. I believe in you. Message me at breakupspodcast@gmail.com or hit me up on Instagram at breakupspodcast, and let's connect about creating a magical plan of action to get this breakup in your rear view mirror. Welcome back, everyone. It's time to talk about how to say goodbye to your breakup. I am sure that a lot of what I've talked about today sounds all fine and dandy, but you may be wanting to know how to go about taking steps to say goodbye to your breakup, like steps to actually do it, right? And as always, I've got your back. Do you have that pen and paper ready? First, just decide that you are going to put it behind you. Okay? Heartbreak is temporary. It absolutely is. I know that it is. And as hard as it seems now, you will get there. We often believe that we won't get over something because we tell ourselves that. We repeat it over and over and over. We become caught up in the stress and frustration of the breakup, and it is very stressful. I don't think we talk about that enough. We often forget to try new things. We don't even try to embrace the fact that the heart always, always heals. We just get, like I said, caught up in it. We can't see the forest for the trees, right? Have you ever decided that you were going to do something that seemed out of reach? I'm sure that you have. Have you ever set a goal and just become determined to achieve it, although it was hard to imagine doing so? Why can't you do the same with overcoming your breakup? It is often said that writing a goal down is the first step to accomplishing it. I'm not sure that that completely is true all of the time, but let's just run with it. Why not start with just writing it down? Regardless of where you do it, how you do it, write down these words. I will get over this. Maybe put it on your mirror. Maybe put it in a notebook. Maybe put it on your phone, on your screensaver. I will get over this. Another step or another tip to saying bye-bye to your breakup, allow yourself to grieve. This is a process with various stages, and the grieving process helps move the pain out of our systems. If you are intentional about this process and add in the first step of embracing the fact that the grieving process and your broken heart is temporary, that was a mouthful, you will move through it. You will get to the end of the process and you will turn the corner with things. Another tip that you've all heard me talk about before, and that is have at least a period of no contact. All right? I believe in the power of no contact, especially if you have pushed play today because you are in pain over this breakup. I promise you that taking time away from your ex is essential. And I know that quote unquote going no contact can be really hard in the beginning. I've seen it, I've experienced it, and without fail, I have seen everyone who has tried it and who has committed to it and kept with it get to the point where they take this figurative sigh of relief and realize that it has helped and to realize that it has completely eased the pain in most cases. I have multiple resources for getting through the initial stages of the no contact commitment. This includes a 10-day series that I have poured my heart and soul into and that I have a lot of faith in. Go to the show notes and get started today. And of course, if you want support with this phase of your breakup, get in touch with me and talk about breakup coaching. This is a big reason why people come to me. I have a program that's 3 months long, and I really think that you can make it stick after 3 months. And I've just seen it over and over again. And along those lines of 3 months, another tip is think about how you want to feel in 3 months. This is a powerful tool that few people are able to use without someone pointing it out to them. So let's do it together. You don't have to fully visualize what your life is going to look like in 3 months. All I want you to do is think about how you want to feel compared to how you feel now. Do you want to feel free, happy, motivated, confident? You don't have to pick just one. I've had clients create like kind of an entire mission statement that includes multiple adjectives, and I love seeing it all come together. Please share what you come up with and let me know if I can share it on the show. Another tip for saying bye-bye to your breakup, give yourself closure. Another reason that people have a hard time moving on from their breakup is that they lack closure. Let's talk about this. What is your definition of closure? I believe that the ambiguity of this term and what it looks like, what it means, how it feels is maybe part of the problem. So let's go with my definition, and that is closure, a sense of peace and completion around a situation. A lot of people believe that another person can give them closure. But I absolutely think this is faulty reasoning and that it is an excuse to stay tied to someone that we are having a hard time cutting ties with. How do you give yourself closure? A few ideas include focus on the negatives of the relationship and on the person. This is a good thing to do during the grieving process as it helps us move toward the next phase, whether it be anger or acceptance, whatever you need to move on from where you are now. And I talk about the so-called list all of the time. List out things that weren't working, that caused you pain, etc. This will serve as a reminder that you are truly, truly better off. Most, if not all, of my clients find that this list in and of itself is what brings them the closure they are looking for. The more we allow ourselves to see the reality of the relationship, the more closure we give ourselves. Another way to give yourself closure is to write a letter to your ex. This is a letter that you won't send, but that will give you the space and the experience of saying anything you feel is unsaid. It also gives you the opportunity to speak to the universe your truth about the breakup or relationship. I've done an entire episode on the topic of writing a letter to your ex, and I will link it in the show notes. Another reminder, finding closure, just like all aspects of healing, is an inside job. It does not come overnight. It comes with a lot of intention and it comes with a lot of faith. Commit to the process. Another tip, do a breakup ritual. This has worked for me and I've seen it work for a lot of my clients. I've seen many people show up to our sessions after their rituals, like looking different, looking lighter, looking as though they have breathed a huge sigh of relief for the first time in a while. Creating a ritual and performing a ritual around your breakup can help you to tie a symbolic bow around it. Because rituals involve physical as well as mental energy, they can help to alert your system that something has changed and even that something has come to an end. And if you do a ritual, I'd love to hear about it. Says the one and only Esther Perel. She says, I find that endings are so legalistic, so digitally cold, and really there is a need to make them more meaningful. They help us understand that while the relationship is over, we are not over. She goes on to say that rituals help bring closure and prep us for knowing that life goes on and that there will be other loves and you can have faith. Let's go over a couple ideas for your ritual. First of all, cord cutting meditation. This is a fairly common practice in both secular and spiritual traditions. We have connections with pretty much everyone in our life. Anyone who we have a relationship with, we have some sort of connection with. Cord cutting is a way to sever that energetic tie over time and make space for new cords to form with new people or activities or hobbies, something new. Insight Timer explains the cord cutting practice like this. In your mind's eye, visualize the individual you wish to cut a cord with and scissors so that you can cut the cord. Begin by connecting to the energy of the divine, the source of all creation. See the energetic cord that connects you with the other. Feel the energy that is draining from you. Now, with intention, visualize yourself cutting the cord between you with the scissors and witness as the energetic cord recoils back into both you and the other. Take a moment to anchor this experience by feeling the recovery of energy and thanking the other person for the role that they have played in your life. I did a really powerful cord cutting meditation after my divorce. Wow. I did one kind of recently having to do with my family and that estrangement. Very, very, very powerful. Another ritual might involve letter writing. I talk about that a lot on this show. There are a couple ways that you can do this. I'll just talk about one. First of all, create a space. This is an important part of rituals. Make the space nice, make it comfortable, light a candle, anything that signifies that a ritual is about to take place. Then write in your journal using what I call the breakup story exercise. And again, get a pen and paper. But you know what? I'll put it in the show notes. The journal exercise includes one, I am angry that I am hurt because what I wish you knew was I deserve more because I'm moving on now because my wish for you is, my hope for you is. One more idea for rituals, utilize your community. Pull some people together and like market with them. Have a party, a breakup brunch, something like this. A birthday party, kind of to celebrate your singlehood. Could be really fun. Get creative with it. Have a burning ceremony with your friends. I remember when I saw this on the show Friends when I was in junior high. And the three women in the show burnt things that reminded them of their ex. I thought it was so cute. That might be something really fun. Maybe go on a hike together and, talk about what it feels like to put things behind you, get to the top of the mountain or the hill and say, as I walk down, I put this behind me. One final idea to help you say bye-bye to your breakup is to get a breakup trophy to symbolize how far you've come. Picking a breakup trophy can be a great way to keep yourself motivated to stay positive, to stay no contact, to treat yourself. A breakup trophy is a prize or a gift that you can give yourself to celebrate how far you've come and to celebrate winning your breakup. It can be a great form of self-care during a breakup because it gives you the opportunity to practice giving yourself gifts. And again, it might not be for everyone, but for some, this might feel really juicy. Some examples of a breakup trophy could be a spa day, a new pair of boots, a new set of headphones, maybe a fancy trip, a new haircut, some bedding, a dinner out at like the fancy place in town you've always wanted to try. Whatever it is, make sure it is something that makes you feel like you've really been spoiled. Doesn't that sound like a great way to say bye-bye to your breakup? I would love to know how you go, so please reach out to me on Instagram and let me know. And as always, feel free to schedule a time for an intro call with me using the link in the show notes. Before I end, I want to share the lyrics to a song that I came across while gathering inspiration for the episode. This is so cool. It's called The Power of Goodbye, and it's by Madonna. And it goes, "Your heart is not open, so I must go. The spell has been broken. I loved you so. Freedom comes when you learn to let go. Creation comes when you learn to say no. You were my lesson I had to learn. I was your fortress you had to burn. Pain is a warning that something's wrong. I pray to God it won't be long. There's nothing left to try. There's no place to hide. There's no greater power than the power of goodbye. I was your fortress. There's nothing left to lose. There's no more heart to bruise. There's no greater power than the power of goodbye. Learn to say goodbye. I yearn to say goodbye." Thank you, everyone, for being here today. My next episode is pretty cool. It's going to be called Lessons from My Clients. And then I've got episode 200, and that's called Ask Me Anything. And then the new show's going to launch. Woohoo! I cannot wait. But remember, keep your eyes on this place. Stay following me. I'm still going to drop breakup stuff. And with that, I am sending you so much strength for the week ahead. Bye. Thank you for listening to Breakups, Broken Hearts, and Moving On with Janice Formicella. I sincerely hope that you found today's episode inspirational or useful. I would love to support you on your healing journey. All you have to do is send me a message on Instagram at Breakups Podcast or email me at breakupspodcast@gmail.com, and I will be in touch to get you started. Remember, if you are struggling with a broken heart, your feelings are temporary. I am sending you so much love and luck for the week ahead. You've got this.